In the 90s, Yasmeen Ghauri was everywhere, walking for Chanel, Versace, and Victoria's Secret, gracing Vogue covers and redefining beauty with her striking features and fierce runway presence. She had the career every model dreamed of, but then she vanished. No scandals, no public breakdown, just gone. What happened to Yasmeen Ghauri, and why did she leave fashion at the peak of her success? From a strict religious upbringing to being discovered at a McDonald's, her story is as fascinating as her sudden exit from the spotlight. Yasmeen Ghauri's rise to fame was nothing short of extraordinary. Born in Montreal in 1971 to a Pakistani father and a German mother, she grew up in a strict Muslim household. Her father, an imam, held traditional values, and a modeling career was never part of the plan. But fate had other ideas. At the age of 17, Yasmeen was working at McDonald's when a hairstylist and fashion executive, Edward Zakaria, spotted her. He recognized something special, something the fashion world hadn't seen before. With her striking features, defined cheekbones, and undeniable presence, she had all the makings of a supermodel. Yasmeen Ghauri's rise to fame wasn't without its obstacles. As a young woman raised in a conservative Muslim household, she faced immense pressure from her father to abandon her dreams of modeling. But Yasmeen, being the rebel she was, refused to give up on her passion. She pursued her dream relentlessly, despite her family's objections. She left Montreal for New York, determined to make a name for herself. By the early 1990s, she was a star. The most significant designers, Versace, Chanel, Dior, Valentino, were eager to have her walk in their shows. She became known for her fierce runway walk, an effortless blend of grace and power that set her apart from the rest. But Yasmeen's impact extended beyond just looking good on the runway. She broke barriers. South Asian models were almost non-existent in high fashion at the time, and she demonstrated that beauty wasn't limited to a single standard. With every magazine cover, campaign, and fashion show, she opened doors for future generations. Yasmeen Ghauri's influence extended far beyond the catwalk. While she became a household name for her striking runway presence, she also ventured into other creative realms, solidifying her status as a true icon. In 1991, she was featured in Elton John's music video for Sacrifice, a moment that further cemented her place in popular culture. She also made a notable appearance in the 1995 documentary Unzipped, which provided a behind-the-scenes look at the fashion industry, showcasing her effortless elegance and influence in the modeling world. Throughout her career, Yasmeen was photographed by some of the most renowned photographers in the fashion industry, including Steven Meisel, Arthur Elgort, Walter Chin, and Patrick de Marchelier. Her success skyrocketed, and in just a few years she became one of the most sought-after supermodels in the world. However, just as quickly as she rose to fame, she later chose to leave everything behind. In the early 90s, the industry was defined by a narrow Western beauty ideal: blonde hair, blue eyes, and Eurocentric features. South Asian representation was almost non-existent. Yasmeen shattered that mold. She became the first South Asian supermodel to dominate the mainstream, proving that beauty comes in many forms. She landed campaigns for the biggest luxury brands: Chanel, Hermès, and Christian Dior. Each campaign, each runway show, and each magazine cover pushed the industry toward a broader definition of beauty. In 1992, she signed a contract with Victoria's Secret, making her one of the first South Asian women to be featured prominently in the brand's campaigns. That same year, she also became a spokeswoman for Revlon, another milestone that cemented her influence beyond the runway. And then there were the Vogue covers, too many to count. Every major fashion magazine wanted her. Her features were striking, her presence unforgettable, and designers couldn't get enough. Karl Lagerfeld personally selected her for Chanel's runway, captivated by her sharp, sophisticated look. Gianni Versace saw her as one of his muses, someone who embodied the elegance and confidence of the Versace woman. She proved that a South Asian woman could be the face of luxury, the star of a campaign, and the highlight of a fashion show. Yasmeen Ghauri retired in 1997 at just 27 years old, right after her last Victoria's Secret fashion show. At the peak of her career, she chose to leave the fashion world behind and settle into a new chapter of her life as a mother, philanthropist, and private citizen. Her decision to walk away from the spotlight was entirely her own. She had conquered the fashion industry, and rather than trying to cling to fame, she sought stability and a more personal, fulfilling life. In 2016, nearly 2 decades after Yasmeen Ghauri retired from modeling, Vogue published a feature celebrating her as one of the most influential supermodels of the 90s. The tribute highlighted how she had not only reached incredible heights in her career, but also helped reshape the fashion industry's standards of beauty. Known for her South Asian heritage, Yasmeen was an unexpected yet undeniable star in a world that predominantly celebrated fair-skinned blonde models. Vogue praised her as a pioneer, noting how she broke barriers and opened doors for diversity at a time when the fashion industry was largely homogeneous. With the rise of new multicultural stars in the industry, Yasmeen's legacy was solidified as a groundbreaking force that paved the way for future models of color. The magazine specifically recognized that, despite being a trailblazer in an era when diversity wasn't a priority in fashion, Yasmeen stood firm in her position and never shied away from the spotlight, even when the industry was resistant to embracing change. According to Vogue, many of the milestones Yasmeen achieved during her career have yet to be matched. In her absence, only a few other South Asian models have risen. Few have landed major beauty contracts, and none have become Victoria's Secret angels, Vogue reported in 2016. She made history as one of the first South Asian supermodels to break into the mainstream, becoming a face for major brands and walking for legendary designers. Her retirement was also marked by a significant personal shift. Yasmeen married Ralph Bernstein, a businessman outside the fashion world, and together they started a family. This relationship was pivotal for her, offering the love and stability she sought after years of the relentless fashion industry. While her career in fashion had been exhilarating, her focus now was on raising a family and creating a life free from the constant scrutiny and pressure that came with being in the public eye. She found peace in her marriage and her role as a mother, fully embracing her new life away from the runway. Yasmeen's choice to retire and marry shows that for her, the most important things were love and family, not the bright lights of fame. So, where is Yasmeen now? Unlike many supermodels who make occasional appearances or launch beauty brands, Yasmeen Ghauri has chosen complete privacy. After retiring, Yasmeen focused entirely on her family. She and Ralph Bernstein built a life far from the flashing cameras and high-pressure runways. While many fans have hoped for a comeback, she has shown no interest in stepping back into the limelight. Her choice to walk away at the peak of her career makes her one of fashion's great mysteries. But perhaps that's exactly what she wanted: a life on her terms, away from the expectations of fame. Today, South Asian models like Neelam Gill and Pooja Moore are making waves, and Yasmeen's legacy is a big reason why. She showed that beauty wasn't limited to just one standard, proving that different ethnicities and backgrounds deserve a place in high fashion. Many supermodels make a return to the industry later in life. Cindy Crawford, Naomi Campbell, and even Linda Evangelista have done it. But Yasmeen never did. Maybe she simply didn't need to. She had already conquered the industry and there was nothing left to prove. She chose happiness over fame, something that's rare in an industry where relevance is everything. What aspect of Yasmeen's story resonated with you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more content like this, and share it with friends who might find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.